take the blame. I've seen the world go down in flames. I've felt the strain of every loss I can't reclaim. Our steps retraced from when we went our separate ways. I've missed these days. I never thought we'd see this place again. I know the feelings always fade, but nothing else could make me stay. It's not too late for us to slip away. I've walked this road, the one foretold would lead us home. Our fate's unknown, but time will mend our broken bones. I've held the weight of all these years spent in decay. These times are strange. I never thought I'd see your face again. I know the feelings always fade, but nothing else could make me stay. It's not too late.
Gazing further at the sky. Is it morning when my place is night? Is it raining when my place is dry? I wanna see, I wanna know what's on the other side, the other side. I wanna travel the world with you. What's on the other side, the other side? Wherever you are, I want you. Travel the world with you. inside your room all day. You say it's for my safety, but I'm just one of your prey. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She has the time to decide how she's gonna kill you. You can keep running, keep your eyes wide open, but you never see it coming, no use. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. Hidden kisses always felt so sweet that they left me blind. Making promises we just can't keep, and it felt so right. Screws tried to lure me right into an affidavit. Remind me as I'm falling and I'm out of time. I'm caught up in your tongue, they say. You claim that you love me, but it's just another play. I'm stuck inside your room all day. You say it's for my safety, but I'm just one of your prey. She's got a gun and a bag and she's waiting for you. She has the time to decide how she's gonna.
Good evening and welcome to the Boise State Esports Arena. Tonight we have a very exciting game, Boise State versus Colorado State. Some Mountain West rivals duking it out right now in Collegiate Rocket League. I'm your host, Jacob Palmer. I am joined by Colby Alloway to call all of the action for you here tonight. And this should be very exciting, Colby, because it's always nice when we have a formidable rival, but Boise State having a classic Mountain West rivalry going on here tonight.
So we are excited about the rivalry aspect, but the thing that I'm most excited about is the people in the arena here tonight. So first of all, I just want to thank you, all of you, for being here. It really means a lot to us, and we hope that you enjoy the stream here tonight that we're putting on for you.
Boise State Rocket League is a team that has had a lot of history behind them, a lot of very important wins for them, and now they're going to be going up against a team which they have faced a lot of times in the Mountain West before. The Mountain West has always been one of those divisions where kind of the most intense rivalries break out. So tell us about how Boise State has been doing in the Mountain West, how they are right now current champions.
So let's talk history here for a little bit. So Rocket League was one of those games, Boise State, when they were a newer program, Colorado State could definitely get the better of Boise State quite frequently, and that used to be a commonality. Now it's much more of an uphill battle for Colorado State to try to take these Mountain West titles from Boise State. There's noticeable growth in Boise State going against Colorado State in more recent years, and so we're feeling pretty good about going up against them tonight.
Well, we'll see how Boise State does. We have our lineup for the three players of Boise State who are going to be playing, the three varsity players that everyone has been talking about over the past season. We have got Gabriel Reynolds, Kyle Addy, and Emiliano Flores. That's Durtho, Instinct, and Gil playing. Not only have they been doing a great job in the Mountain West, as we've been saying, defending champions right now, but they have been tearing it up in CRL, are currently playing their spring season right now, finished third overall in the West Division for Collegiate Rocket League. So they have a lot of things to prove here as they go up against the Rams. But of course, we can give them all the advice that they want, but The person we really need to look to is our head coach, Doc Haskell, who has our keys to the game for Rocket League, and that's going to be to create mistakes, punish double commits, don't overstay, and bump opponents to disrupt. It's Doc's Keys to the Game, brought to us by Drop-In Gaming, the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. You can play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. Talking about being new to the game, Rocket League always one of those great intro games to esports because it's very simply explained, isn't it?
And we're going to get into a little bit of that. For those of you that haven't watched any Rocket League yet, Rocket League, I mean, it's called soccer for a reason when we talk about these matches and things like that. You will notice there's a lot less players on the field because it is 3v3, and there's a lot more aerial play that just humans can't manage in soccer, so it should be exciting in that way as well.
Yep, it's Rocket League with soccer with cars.
Soccer.
Is what, yeah, soccer. Soccer with cars, which is what everybody said. It's very exciting, frantic, fast-paced. We usually have them in terms of best of 3 or best of 5, and each round lasts 5 minutes. And as we said, this is going to be Boise State, the Broncos, heading up against a classic Mountain West rival, the Colorado State Rams. We'll get down to the field and see how these two teams perform as we're ready to get into our first 5-minute game of this match. Whoever wins this gets a point, and we hope the Broncos put on a great performance. Heading down to the field right now for the first kickoff. Here go the Broncos.
Thank you for that. It looks like we're going to go ahead and the first 50-50 send us over into the blue, and it looks like Gil is kind of getting some aerial dribbling in. It looks like Scout is going to go ahead and take that, but the ball goes up the wall. Instinct is going to send it down to Durtho Mainfield. That's an empty net. Will Durtho be able to put it in? Ooh, just barely going to go a little bit to the left, but it looks like Instinct's going to pick it up. Boise State still in possession of the ball.
Super Turtles from Colorado State is going to get a slight touch on it, and the ball is going to dribble back toward midfield. Instinct is going to try to take it, has a possible breakaway shot. It's going to go wide and to the right in the corner. Now Instinct gets it taken away from him. Super Turtle shot on goal. It is saved by Gale. The Broncos keep it to a scoreless tie as we are just about a minute into the match.
It looks like Durtho's going to drive off of the ceiling, bounce it off of the back wall, and it looks like Super Turtle is going to kind of try to get a massive clear, but is unable to do so as Gale is going to block the ball. And then Durtho's just going to get that barest little touch there to send it across the field over to Gale, who now has the opportunity to set Durtho or Instinct up for a goal on net.
Now, one of the things you'll want to pay attention is looking at those bars on the left and right side that are constantly going up and down. That shows how much boost each player has. Boost is a resource that you collect on the field by driving over those glowing yellow spots, and the more you have, the more you can do these crazy aerial plays. It's the main resource you want to manage in Rocket League, so you got to make sure the Broncos have a lot. And Durtho is going to get the first goal scored.
Now, we cannot understate the importance of Instinct in that, because as you can see, they're the one that set Durtho up for that. Durtho comes in through midfield, gets the goal. That score animation there, the heart with the pop idol in the middle, that is something that has become an icon for Boise State as we move into the next 50-50.
Durtho is going to be able to get the better of that kickoff. Scout and Instinct are going to fight for it in the mid-air. The ball's going to drop down as Gil moves up the field. Instinct now on the front post trying to defend as the centering shot from Colorado State is attempted to be brought out. Gil has to take this away back to midfield. Colorado State is setting it up, and Instinct is able to defuse it. Deflect off of Durtho. Super Turtle with the save, and the ball is going to be pushed back over to the side. Boise State still leading by 1.
So it looks like Super Turtle is now in possession of the ball, going to send it right over to Gil, who's kind of warring with them for it. And then we see Instinct go up, kind of get to do a little bit of aerial dribbling. But as soon as the ball hits the ground, Scout is going to take it. And now Durtho is dribbling across the field, looking to make a shot on goal. But instead, that ball would be popped up high. And it looks like Super Turtle's got a demo onto Gil. This will disrupt Boise State's rotations as Gil is sent back to their side of the field.
Durtho with an air dribble is pushing it toward the goal. He's going to play it around Colorado State. Get the second goal for the Broncos.
And you can see Durtho up on stage, just totally unaffected. I mean, aerial dribble scoring, just part of the everyday agenda for the Boise State primary scorer.
We have 2 minutes, 33 seconds left in this first match, and the Broncos are off to a great start. Gil is going to win that initial kickoff. Instinct is the next to take it, trying to play it around one of the Rams. Super Turtle, a shot back toward midfield. Shu is going to push it off to the side. Durtho trying to regain control, set up a shot, and a nice save by Scout.
And it looks like as the ball is up into the air, it looks like Super Turtle's going to kind of fight Gil for it. And it looks like we're right in front of orange goal. Shu is going to stop Instinct from setting up, but Durtho's going to try to bounce it and see what we can do. And the ball is launched all the way back to Gil in backfield for Boise State, getting a massive clear and a shot on goal that is saved by Super Turtle.
2 minutes left in this match so far, and Durtho is trying to set up his third goal, but Super Turtle is going to knock it back toward midfield. Gil playing a bit of defense, making sure that the ball doesn't get cleared back over to Boise State's side. It's what we call side control in Rocket League. You got to just try to keep the ball out of your own general territory. Keep putting pressure and shots on goal onto the other team.
Because if you're constantly pressuring the enemy team like Durtho is doing right now, they don't have the opportunity to make a counterattack. They're too busy guarding their goal. And it looks like Super Turtle is going to make that save and get a pretty big clear, but Durtho's going to send it right back over into the orange, keeping the aggression on high.
Super Turtle has been a great defensive player for the Rams, but in terms of offense, scoring goals, you actually look at the stats. Colorado State only has 2 shots on goal right now compared to Boise State 7. That's a huge save by Durtho. It's going to allow the ball to be cleared way over to the other side of the field. We have 1 minute left with the Broncos now leading by 2. Gil to center. It is stopped by Scout. Scout now trying to take it up the field. Is going to move it past the midfield marker. Durtho rotates back. Going to be flying under it. Who's the backup in terms of defense for Boise State? It's going to be Gil. And the ball gets pushed back over to midfield. 45 seconds now left in the first game.
And this is a best of 7, so though Boise State looks like they're probably going to take this round as we head all the way back over into the orange and Instinct gets a clear. Colorado State definitely has the time to kind of come back as Gil, Super Turtle, and Durtho all kind of get demoed back and forth there. And it looks like as we go all the way over into the blue, Durtho's on the hyper defensive. Now
with this
on the
possible
hyper
breakaway,
offensive.
possible hat trick. Oh, it bounced off the
Not
front.
quite.
Follow-up play and save by Scout.
What an amazing save. I definitely think that should go in Scout's highlight reel for the night. As Shu is in possession of the ball. Now the goal here for Colorado State is not to let the ball touch the ground as soon as this timer runs out, because then it's over for them and they don't have the opportunity to make any more goals.
But even if they were to score
2
one
demos
goal,
in.
even though the 2 demos go on to Colorado State, it is pretty much only superfluous at this point. Boise State guaranteed to win this since Colorado State can only score 1 goal before the timer stops. And Boise State starting off well in their best of 7.
I saw that fist bump there. Durtho and Gil up on stage feeling very happy with their success in the full arena, and as they should. Getting that 2-0 against Colorado State, Boise State is starting phenomenally right in this best of 7, and there's definitely still sticks more to play. But if we continue to kind of kick this into high gear, I think we can take.
Boise State also having to keep in mind that this isn't the only game. Remember, this is a whole series, as you were saying, best of 7. And best of 7s especially are very trying for the players. It is a very huge test of a player's endurance and ability to stay focused.
And fatigue can also be a big problem. So fatigue in the way best of 7 kind of tends to show itself. We've seen a lot of teams come out really, really strong out the gate and then just kind of get tired after so many rounds of Rocket League. So actually best of 7s have some of the most potential for the enemy team or the team that's kind of on the back foot in the beginning to kind of turn things around. And it looks like we just got notice that this is a best of 5.
So even better for the Broncos.
Where, fatigue is not as much of a factor as it would be in best of 7.
All right, we're ready to join game 2 right now. Broncos versus Colorado State Rams. The Broncos currently hold the advantage against the Rams, but best of 5, still a lot of Rocket League left to be played. Will the Rams be able to rally back against the other team? We're going to head down to the game already in progress right now. Boise State versus Colorado State during about 30 seconds, into the action. Rocket League games aren't quite that long. Okay, here we go. Thank goodness we still get to see a lot of the great Bronco play. Let's head back down to the field and see if the Broncos keep on their winning streak.
They're playing faster than we can talk as we see Instinct kind of pop the ball up in the air there. It looks like Durtho's going to try to get the follow through. We see the members of Colorado State, the Rams, kind of rushing back to defend their goal, and it looks like Super Turtle's going to kind of pass back and forth. That is all 3 members on the defensive right now for CSU.
Durtho sees his opening, but it
almost not
bounces
enough.
off the right post. Unfortunately for the Broncos, Gill trying with a follow-up. That's going to be blocked as well. Boise State certainly fighting for the early lead, but the Rams are proving to be a formidable foe.
And it looks like Instinct is going to kind of still look for these shots on goal, try to see if they can set up Durtho, who has respawned after getting demoed. We see Super Turtle take it all the way up into the skybox, and Gil get a massive save on goal as Shu shoots his shot and misses.
Scout going to be contesting with Instinct now. Super Turtle is able to take it away from him. Instinct gets a demo onto Shu. Just like with real cars, if you run into one fast enough, it'll explode. That's one of the ways you can disrupt the other team's plays.
And it looks like Colorado State has been suitably disrupted as Boise State hands things over into the orange territory. And it looks like Durtho and Instinct are trying to score. Gil comes in all the way over from Boise State's side of the field to try to set up a shot or get the shot, whatever ends up happening. And because of all 3 members of Boise State going on the attack, they're going to keep that pretty definitively in the orange as Shu gets another save from Durtho's shot.
Nice saves all around by the Rams, but no shots on goal against the Broncos. They need to find a way to clear this ball out and then transition into offense. Meanwhile, Instinct is going to be going up against Scout, is able to keep the ball firmly in Colorado State's territory. Gil puts another shot on goal. It is wide, but the follow-up by Durtho is the first goal for the Broncos.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And it just happens to be Durtho that gets that second touch on there. We see Gil just kind of barely bounce it right in front of Durtho. And Scout just can't get high enough, so we see the iconic Bunny Girl once again for Boise State tonight, putting us 1-0 with 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining.
Next kickoff. Oh, that's a nice play by Colorado State. Shu staying behind to cheat on that kickoff is going to be able to keep playing it. But Durtho, look out. He could have the solo play here. He's pushing it towards the goal. And he gets it.
Once again, the crowd goes wild. We see Gil coming in with that assist. We have from Gil's pre-OV here, which was perfect. Just barely got the ball stopped and then set up, moved out of the way so Durtho could just come clear through main field, straight like a bullet into the enemy goal.
Durtho now back up to 2 goals like he had last game. Ball's going to go over to him too, and with that demo onto Scout, it could be another play for him. But the ball's going to get deflected over to the other side. Colorado State doing all that they can right now to try to defend it. Scout puts a shot onto goal with the redirect by Shu. Boise State could be scored on right here. Colorado State with the follow-up. The ball is wide. Scout tries another shot on goal. It is blocked by Boise State yet again. Shu is now going to take another shot onto the goal. Instinct comes in with a successful save and pass over to Durtho. That's so beautifully redirected. Scout is able to save.
It looks like Durtho's going to get that shot. And will they be able to get the second one? I don't know. We go all the way up into the skybox. We see Gil kind of rotate around left. We see Instinct get the setup, but it looks like Scout will, unfortunately for Boise State, be able to save that ball and send us in the blue, putting Gil now on the defensive, and Durtho's going to get a massive save and clear for 2 for the price of 1.
Shu setting it up. Pass back over to Scout, onto the wall. Instinct is trying to pass it back to a Bronco. There's no one there, so Super Turtle takes possession of it. Getting a bit of side control now for Colorado State, plus a demo to clear out the goal. And Durtho is able to defuse the situation with a clutch save.
Looks like Gil's going to send things up into the air, straight into Durtho, but Super Turtle has seen this one too many times. Going to go ahead and block that in the air with 1 minute remaining. Boise State still in the lead. Now, the Rams can't afford to lose this if they want to stay in, and it looks like Shu is just a little bit too far back in the goal. Durtho pulling up our first hat trick of the game.
That is indeed a cue to throw your hats into the virtual gaming arena, so to speak, because Durtho, no stranger to the hat trick in Rocket League. 3 goals, Boise State 3-0 with less than a minute left.
Durtho has so many shots, you can't even see all of them on the Alcalods on the left over there. It looks like Durtho's going to get the demo onto Super Turtle. That's another little icon under his name there, as Durtho's also going to get the demo onto Scout. That is the Rams down 2. Sent back defensively, so Boise State definitely gets to take a lot of space, and Instinct is more than taking advantage of that.
30 seconds left. Quick shot onto goal by Gil, saved by Super Turtle. Shu is not going to be able to get to that ball. Durtho beats him to it, setting it up for Instinct. Follow up by Gil. Shot is too narrow. Shu is going to take it back toward Boise State's goal. This could be dangerous. Durtho has to defend, and he is able to get the save.
Durtho defends as well as he attacks there. We get to see that. We see Gil bounce things over to Durtho. Durtho's shot just barely off the top crossbar, and Scout is able to save it. And as we go into the final 2 seconds, will Colorado State get their first goal? No, the ball's going to hit the ground, leaving Boise State with the only one with any points on the board in round 2.
A quick fist bump there to keep the team's spirit alive. And talking about these teammates, we have so many great stories on display. You know, Durtho, Emiliano Flores, who has joined Boise State from California, it is amazing how much of a statement he has made here in this program. He is still just a first-year student.
Yeah, so the powerful duo between Gil and Durtho. Gil is one of the team members that has been with Boise State for the longest time, and Durtho is, for all intents and purposes, very, very new. So we have some new talent kind of mixing with the old talent, and you get one of the best duos we have in Boise State, and that's pretty important because Rocket League only has a team of 3.
Well, you would think that they played together for years. You know, they look like two seniors who have been with each other the entire journey. But no, that's just how amazing some of the talent is on display. Boise State is now going to move into the match point. They have to win this, and if they do, they will go 3-0 in this Mountain West Conference match against Colorado State. So Broncos versus Rams, who is going to win? Boise State looks like they have spring in the step as we head into game 3.
Ooh, Boise State's actually going to lose the 50-50. That could potentially be huge for CSU as Shu takes it up into the skybox, and then we kind of see Gil and Scout vying for it in the middle. Gil's going to get a little bit of a bicycle touch there. Not a goal, unfortunately, as Shu is going to get that save, and Scout's going to get a reasonable clear, but unfortunately right into Durtho's waiting hands.
Instinct takes a shot with a pass over to Durtho. Durtho's a bit too high, though, to receive that pass, so Colorado State clears it back over to Boise State territory. Scout centering it up for a possible shot on goal against the Broncos. Shu tries to take it. Ball is high, might waterfall down, and Broncos need to push it over to the side. They indeed do, but can they find their clear? Gil is going to pass it up to Instinct. Scout is able to take it away from the Broncos, and Shu also demos Gil.
It looks like as we see Durtho going up the side bit there, we see Instinct get the touch, keeping it in the air. Gil's just kind of laying in wait to assist anybody should they try to score a goal there. We see Scout taking it up on the side, and then Durtho's going to come straight from main field, though it looks like both Shu and Super Turtle are prepared to defend. So now actually Boise State is on the defensive as we are clearly in the blue.
Dangerous. Oh, Durtho, right at the last moment, out from the side, and Colorado State might have been trying a bit too hard to get that goal. They almost rotated up too fast, almost had an open goal to be scored on. Boise State Instinct is going to try to take another shot. Under one, is there a follow-up to drive it in? Not soon enough, it bounces off the crossbar. Gil might have it, and Shu still saves. We are still tied 0 apiece.
Feather light touches there. The save by Shu was just the barest whisper to send Durtho's shot off team, but can't send that one off, and Gil gets our first goal of match point for Boise State.
This was a one-on-one Wild West shootout style. It was Gil and Super Turtle. Super Turtle whiffs on that save. He was positioned right. He was on back post, but overall, he just didn't quite read the shot right, and Boise State capitalizes on that. Scout, though, could even this up. This is a very crucial kickoff for Colorado State.
Durtho goes up the wall for it, and Super Turtle's going to challenge them in the air. Currently, the ball is 50-50, right? We have Shu and Instinct. It looks like it's going to go the way of Boise State, and then we get a clear all the way back to Gil. And Durtho kind of has to come in, save things, bounce things off the sidewall. Shu just a hair too low there to stop the ball. So we do see the ball further progressing into the orange with the pass over to Durtho, but the interception by Super Turtle sends us all the way over into the blue, and now the Broncos are on the hard defense.
That was a great read by Scout. A nice shot put on to goal, but it is wide off to the Broncos side.
What fantastic aerial dribbling by Instinct there. Just gave me the shivers.
Super Turtle is not going to be able to play it by Instinct. Colorado State struggling a bit to find a wide clear. Scout tries to take it against Gil, but Gil passes to Durtho, back over to Gil, off the crossbar, forward, it's in there, and for the second goal for Gil.
Gil's the hero of match number 3 with 2 of our points on the board. The Rams are unfortunately still sitting at a big 0. They might need to think about adjusting their strategy there. You just see Super Turtle, just the light leave their eyes as they realize they're a couple inches too far back
Well,
to stop that shot.
it's a car, so their headlights.
Have you seen the movie Cars?
I'm talking about the Chevron cars, completely different. But right now, Gil isn't even
What
going to
shot?
allow me to get a chance to joke around. Gil scoring his hat trick. Okay, look at this great setup by Instinct. You have a double commit from Colorado State, completely clears out the goal. None of their defenders can turn around soon enough. Gil sees the opening, takes advantage of it, and now Boise State in a comfortable lead, 3-0.
Ooh, but Super Turtle's going to win the 50. This might be the Rams' return here. It looks like, as we see Shu come flying in, they're unable to get the goal, and then Instinct takes it all the way up into the air, setting Durtho up, but Super Turtle, oh my gosh! They were ready, but not ready enough for Durtho.
Yeah, this is one of the dangers of being aimed the wrong way. See, Super Turtle, it hits the side of his car, so it has no momentum being sent back to Boise State. Hardly a clear at all, so Durtho just takes that where it left off and gets the 4th goal.
And it looks like the Rams, once again, are going to win the first 50-50. This is good for them. This gives them the opportunity to kind of push in, which they're not going to take, and Gil's going to get a big clear. And Scout is forced on the defensive, saving Gil's next shot this map. Gil is almost off the page with Alcalot's shots and demos.
Super Turtle takes it past midfield mark, tries a redirect off a Scout. Doesn't go the way of Colorado State. Boise State still has side control. Super Turtle
close.
trying to move up, take it away from Durtho. Maybe a clear, but Durtho gets the flip reset, is going to try to push it into the goal and doesn't quite get it. But a follow-up by Instinct. Gil again! He gets it the 5th time!
So we had the beginning of the setup from Durtho, just kind of getting the flip reset, sending it in the air. Then we had Instinct bounce it off the back wall, and Gil comes flying in from the right side of the screen. Above Scout, there was no way anybody was getting in the way of Gil's 5th goal of this match.
1 minute, 21 seconds left, and Colorado State would have to have the rally of their lives to bring this match back. Super Turtle tries to take a shot, but gets played over him. Durtho with the dribble, off to the near post. Gil's going to take it again. Ball has a bit of momentum. Shu pushes it past midfield. Boise State goes back for some defense. Durtho pass over to Instinct. Can Instinct get his first goal of the game? Durtho's going to take it from him instead.
And that is Boise State 6 to Colorado State 0 with 58 seconds remaining. Colorado State, CSU, to stay in this, they need to score 1 goal about every 10 seconds, which is doable. We've seen 1 goal off the 50-50, so 1 every 2 seconds, but it's a difficult position for Colorado State to be in.
Now, one thing I also want to point out is Instinct. He might have not been the one to finally score the goals, but you see in his activity feed all of the assists. He has 5 assists for the goals, so he is a crucial supportive player for the Broncos. All 3 players make a difference.
Instinct support, player of the game, question mark? Just bringing that in for discussion.
Might be, but we still have about 30 seconds left before the Broncos walk away with the victory, because I would say 30 seconds too short of a time for Colorado State to score. Durtho's going to try to make it 7-0, almost gets it. Instinct, off the near post. It's going to head wide off into the corner again.
Gil says we're not quite done yet. Still retains possession of the ball, and it looks like there is a big clear that's going to come out from CSU, kind of sending things over into blue and then right back into the orange. Shu's trying to pass to a teammate that's not there. Scout got demoed, unable to kind of defend here. So we see Super Turtle going head-to-head with Durtho, and so the ball will go way over to the left and then touch the ground, leaving Boise State perfectly sweeping CSU. And for tonight, the rivalry is very much in Boise State's favor.
Congrats to the Broncos winning and proving that they are the top dogs as far as the Mountain West is concerned. 3-0 sweep in favor of the Broncos. And you can see Doc giving some congratulations to the 2 players up on stage for a job well done. And Instinct also, I'm sure, virtually right now connected to them.
Oh, definitely. And Instinct, again, I kind of touched on it a little bit. I do want to nominate Instinct as a very key player for Boise State in that supportive role, right? Because Durtho and Gil don't get the goals flying across the screen if Instinct isn't there to set it up.
But we can only nominate 1 player for the player of the game. And in terms of the one who got the most goals, I was going to say Durtho, but Gil also in the final game made quite a run of it. I mean, he got 5 goals in 1 game.
Gil Carey, I definitely want to say for the last round. And Gil was the main support with Durtho. That is a fantastic duo that we see get a lot of value here at Boise State. And, you know, I think for tonight we can kind of put the rivalry with Colorado State pretty cleanly to a rest just for tonight.
Well, we'll see who the player of the game is given over to. The honor is going to be given to Durtho. As we were saying, Emiliano Flores, star first-year student for Boise State, certainly has a bright future ahead of him in terms of his collegiate career.
And the main thing that Durtho brings to the game is the accuracy of his shots and fantastic aerial play. That Doc has been quoted as saying that Durtho has laser sights on that ball.
You would certainly think so. He is the player of the game. It's brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like how Idaho Central helps its members achieve financial success. Durtho is your ICCU player of the game for tonight's match versus Colorado State. One final goal replay, the hat trick that he got for himself. First one in the game also to get a hat trick, well earned.
And we do see just this next goal there. Shu just barely unable to touch it. And Instinct got the fantastic setup. Instinct got him the verticality that he needed to just send that sailing right over Shu.
So, do you have any final thoughts to close out this match, Colby?
So, I really want to say, you can highlight Boise State's scoring ability, but the main thing that I think worked for them was their rotations. There was never all three members. There was never any triple commits, right? Boise State definitely had somebody in the forefield, in the midfield, and in the backfield, and just ready to rotate between the three, which is usually a signal of very healthy communication. So Boise State, virtually, we won the Rocket League game, right? But mentally, what we really did was win the communication game.
Yeah, it's always great to have that communication and coordination down between the team members because, like a lot of the games we play here, it is all about the team play in the end. Well, that's going to do it for this match of Boise State versus Colorado State. We'll leave you with the top 5 plays of the game brought to you by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. Idaho Army National Guard is one of the best teams to join out there supporting Boise State esports. Reach out to them on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. But that's going to do it for us tonight. This is Jacob Palmer signing off. Thank you for joining us and enjoy your top 5 plays.
Boise State's rotations as Gil is sent back to their side of the field.
Durtho with an air dribble is pushing it toward the goal. He's going to play it around Colorado State. Get the second goal for the Broncos.
You can see Durtho up on stage, just totally unaffected. I mean, aerial dribble scoring, just part of the everyday. Durtho all kind of get demoed back and forth there. And it looks like as we go all the way over into the blue, Durtho's on the hyper defensive. Now
with this
on the
possible breakaway, possible hat trick. Oh, it bounced off the front. Follow-up play and sink save by Scout.
What an amazing save. I definitely think that should go in Scout's highlight.
Field, Boise State goes back for some defense. Durtho pass over to Instinct. Can Instinct get his first goal of the game? Durtho's going to take it from him instead.
And that is Boise State 6 to Colorado State 0 with 58 seconds remaining. Colorado State, CSU to stay in this, they need to score 1 goal about every 10 seconds, which is doable. We've seen one.
They almost rotated up too fast, almost had an open goal to be scored on. Boise State Instinct is going to try to take another shot. Under 1, is there a follow-up to drive it in? Not soon enough. It bounces off the crossbar. Gil might have it, and Shu still saves. We are still tied 0 apiece.
Feather light touches there.
Gets the flip reset, is going to try to push it into the goal and doesn't quite get it, but a follow-up by Instinct. Gil again! He gets it the 5th time!
So we had the beginning of the setup from Durtho, just kind of getting the flip reset, sending it in the air. Then we had Instinct bounce it off the back wall, and Gil comes flying in from the right side of the screen. Above Scout.